Great systems, everybody says. Just put a system in place. Yeah, great, Sarah. But what do I do? What system do I use? Well, that's what we're going to chat about in today's YouTube. Hey, I am Sarah, founder of The Den, and I help dance, theatre and performing arts schools to grow their business on their terms. So if that is you, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel and support the YouTube channel that's packed full of top tips and advice for you. All right, let's get into it. So, first system. What is a system? Let's start with that. Okay, so a system is basically this magical thing that does everything for you, right? No. Okay, so no, a system is basically a series of do this, do this, do that checklist, for want of a better word. Okay, that's all basically a system is. So when somebody ever says to you, oh, you could put a system behind that and it'll do it for you, and you just go, how? What do I do? What app do I use? What program do I use? What automation do I use? No. Break it down. Basically, right, let's just take, for example, scheduling your social media. Okay, somebody says create a system for that, and you go, oh, how can I do that? I mean, because it's like I go through Meta, and then I got to create this, and I got to create that, and how do I do that? You basically go through step by step how you schedule a social media. Now, I would break scheduling social media down into further sections, okay? Because realistically, the creation of the content is one step. Because maybe you use AI to help you create your content, or maybe you've got historical content that you can lean on, that you can pull back, that potentially only you could find, or potentially it's stored where somebody else can find, in which case you can create a system out of it, okay? So that's the content creation. Then there's what we call the asset creation. So that's where you do, maybe you've got infographics to create, or you've got the pictures to create, or you've got the actual blurb that needs to be written that goes along with the post. So that would be a separate system as well. Then there's a separate system to schedule everything that you have created. So there's sort of three systems in one. So let's break that down a little bit further again. So let's just take the scheduling one. This is where you just go, right, what is it that I actually do? And if you're not sure what it is you do, or you're sitting there and you haven't got even time to write it down, it's a really good top tip for you. Screen record yourself doing the jobs it is that you do. Yeah, so you literally just jump on, press record and go, right, what do I do when I screen? Well, what do I do when I schedule? Right, okay, well, I find the content. Right, where's the content to start with? Where is it stored? How does this person who is now going to take on the scheduling find your content? Do they have access to it? When are you going to update it? How often is it going to get updated? You know, when does that person who's scheduling know that it's been updated? So where's the communication that's happening there? So then you're recording this and you're going, right, now I do this. Now I go into Meta or whatever platform it is that you use to schedule. I click this, I do this. I add these keywords or these hashtags. Where did they find that? How do they know what keywords or hashtags to use? Is there a set ones? Do they change? Yeah. Should they change on each one related to the post? Yes. So where are all those sitting and how do you communicate that to them? So realistically, once you've done that, you'll break it down and you've got a list. So when you screen record it, you can watch it back and you can create your list. And from there, you'll go, those questions of where does she find this or he find that? Then you've solved those. Right, they're going to be stored here. So that person will need access to that Google Drive. Or that person will need to create a spreadsheet that says this is what's being scheduled. These are the hashtags to use. Is it you that fills in that or is it them? So those are the sort of things you just need to work it through. Okay. So what system do you start with? Well, the answer is an easy one. A really, really easy one. Start with that, because if you can systemize that and delegate that, that'll give you confidence to go, okay, and now the next one, and now the next one. So pick something that you do repetitively and go, right, how can I create a system from this? And then the questions are, you've always got to ask the questions. Can I automate it? Do I delegate it? Do I need it? Is there a simpler way of doing this? Is there an easier way of doing this? You start asking those questions of that system, and then you tighten it so that it's as simplified and as easy as it can possibly be. And then you test it out. Send it out there. Test it out. Go back to it. Is it working? Tweak it. If it's not, if it's fine and working, crack on. Move on to your next system. And that's how you start to systemize your business. Now, the things to think about though here, guys, you need to know your strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. If you are not good at something, then that realistically is one of the first things that you should give out. So if you're not good at content creation, if you're not good at the copy and the blurb that goes with everything, then either use, well, I say AI, but it can be very hit and miss, or go on a copywriting course, or buy a copywriting book, or get a copywriter and start using a copywriter to do your work for you. Who is responsible for the tasks? Where are the expectations in the system? You've got to lay out the expectations so that whoever is doing this job for you, when you do get to delegate it, are they hitting those expectations and do they know them? Yeah. Is there autonomy for team members? Can they just have permissions to get on with certain things? Or is there certain things that you need your teacher to do? If so, how does that work? Is it easy for them to do it? If it involves them signing into 4 different things and having 4 different tabs open on their page whilst trying to welcome the children and do the registers and all the rest of it, it ain't going to happen. So if you want them to do something, how is that going to work? Can you see how this all breaks down? Yeah. Pick one thing that is an issue, a time problem, or a drain on you, and do that. Because with systems comes power and control. Yes. And with that you can overcome being scared of delegating out, because you're just breaking it down to that first one small, easy system. Build your confidence and then keep going. All right. I hope this has helped. Please remember to subscribe. And if you would like to join my membership or my mastermind, which is opening its doors again in September, then get in touch. Take care. Bye.